Fitzgerald River National Park lies on the south coast between Hopetoun and Bremer Bay and covers an area of over 297,000 hectares. There's a campsite on the western side at St Mary's Inlet near Point Anne. There are few facilities, but access to this site is possible by two-wheel drive. Other sites, only accessible by four-wheel drive, include Coyne Head and Fitzgerald Bay. Campsites suitable for two-wheel drives can be found on the eastern side of the park. The first you will reach when coming from Hopetoun is 4 Mile. If you have any doubts about your vehicle's ability to climb steep gradients, then this is the one we would recommend. Further west across the large hill is Hamersley Inlet. The inlet site has a gradient of 25%, so be very sure your vehicle can handle it. The eastern campsites are both operated by the Shire of Hopetoun, but because this is a national park, pets are not permitted. The area is cut by deep gorges and fringed by beaches. It's one of the largest and most botanically significant national parks in Australia. 1,883 plant species have been identified, with 75 of these found nowhere else. More animal species are found here than any other reserve in southwest Australia. 22 mammal, 41 reptile, 12 frog, and 200 bird species have so far been identified. The area is regarded as so significant that the central area has no vehicle access. Matthew Flinders sailed past the coast in 1802 and named the mountains East, West, and Mid Mount Barron. Had he landed and climbed through the hills, he would have undoubtedly found that his names were very misleading. The mountains are thought to have formed 1,000 million years ago, when the Australian landmass collided with the Antarctic. Early land-based exploration by Europeans started with a visit by William Baxter in 1826. Grazing leases were established in the 1850s, and some hopeful prospectors searched the area for valuable minerals. The difficult terrain meant that much of the area remained undisturbed, and in 1950 the West Australian Naturalists Club proposed that a reserve be established. The first reserve was a C-class nature reserve covering over 246,000 hectares. It was declared in 1954. From the top of West Mount Barron on a clear day, you can see the Stirling Ranges, 100 kilometres to the west. There are a number of walk trails in the park, including East Mount Barron, Barron's Lookout, Sepulchralis Hill, No Tree Hill, and Twertup. There is also Hakea Walk, Point Anne Heritage Trail, West Mount Barron. Please note that in order to reduce the spread of dieback disease, the area above 150 metres on the mountains is now restricted, and walking in this area is prohibited. There have been some severe fires in the park in the past, with one notable event occurring in 1989. Almost 50% of the park was burned out in a space of 10 hours. Fears about plant regeneration proved to be unfounded. Even previously rare species germinated in such profusion that they were taken off the endangered list. After the fires, 84 orchid species were found growing in the park. Orchids seem to flower most actively after large fire events, and in the spring following the summer fire, they were much easier to locate. Due to the park's rugged nature, it's a haven for four-wheel drive enthusiasts. RACWA has maps of the park available which detail the tracks and roads through the area.